Welcome to the Sage Advice Podcast, transforming the way people think and work so their organizations can thrive. Well, hi everyone, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Ed Kless, and today's episode is cut from another podcast of which I am the co-host, The Soul of Enterprise, which is also sponsored by Sage. The Soul of Enterprise is dedicated to belief that business has a spiritual, though not necessarily religious, component. I hope you enjoy this excerpt. If you do, please visit www.thesoulofenterprise.com for more.
Ron, we were talking in the break, and we're back just picking up on a little bit of theme from the last quarter. Let's just unbundle a few more of these ideas about some of the shows, and maybe controversially, starting with your least favourite topic. Maybe don't maybe call out a person necessarily, but a least favourite topic to have been explored.
Oh no, I'll get two birds with one stone with this one. Anything Ed does on project management. I'm just over here sleeping. It's great because I don't have to do anything except ask him a few questions, and he just goes on and on.
Wind him up. Just wind him up.
Yep.
Well, Ed, you've got to have the right to reply, although maybe we should call out that we don't have the spare 14 hours, so we can't actually explore the effing debate with Ron today.
I think probably the most boring one that we did was way back. I think it was show 44. And this was my topic because I thought it would be good, and it just was not. Public choice. We talked about public choice.
Okay. Yes, I remember it.
Yeah.
See, Ron's not even, it's bad memories.
No. Well, the only thing that saved that, Ed, was the whole bootlegger Baptist.
Yeah.
That's got redeeming value to it. But that's a tough topic to do.
Well, let's go to the other end of the spectrum then. What's your most satisfying or most thrilling, or just ones that come to mind? Doesn't have to be absolute most, but just ones that come to mind in the thrilling and satisfying categories.
Ron. For me, most satisfying, I just mean this on a personal level, is Adam Davidson, who was one of the early founders of the NPR Planet Money podcast. Terrific guy. I've met him a couple times, had lots of opportunities to chat with him. We disagree on everything. And then we had him on show 291 back in May of this year, and on his book, The Passion Economy. And after that show, he tweeted, "I think of Ron as perhaps my most unlikely intellectual influence. I disagree with him everything politically, but his ideas about business are brilliant, and I stole them so shamelessly that I think of them as my own." And he said that on the show too. And I just found that incredible, that here's two guys that are on the polar opposite sides of the political aisle, and yet they came together. And that's true with a lot of people in VeraSage too. And that's really gratifying.
Awesome answer. Ed, how about for you?
I'm going to go with just like kind of the most interesting show, and I think we talked about it briefly during the break, but we did the show on a book called Scroogenomics, which is why you shouldn't buy people Christmas presents. And I think we originally released that show on the Friday after Thanksgiving here in the U.S., which is Black Friday, and it's a fun book, is a fun read, and the show was just really fun to do because it is absurd, but the guy really went all out. He went like statistical analysis, and if you're giving a gift to your second cousin once removed, the economic value of that is compared to what they actually think is like 17 cents on the dollar.
You've destroyed value. Yeah.
You're actually wiping out wealth when you do that. So. For more Sage advice, visit and subscribe at sageadvicepodcast.com.